Get ready for the morning rush.
A quick wrap of your news and weather. We'll start with Kristen Curry.
Good morning. Next big weather maker doesn't arrive until late week. So for today, still dealing with some leftover moisture out over the eastern side of New Mexico. A few spot thunderstorms possible over northeast and east central areas. These will not be widespread. They do not look to be severe either. We'll let you know if they get a little bit strong, but the rest of us, and the majority of us at that, pushing sunshine and nice warm temperatures. Crystal?
We start with news happening today. We expect to learn more from APD about a suspicious death in northeast Albuquerque. APD responded to a call near San Mateo and Manal last night, where they say they found someone already dead inside a home. Police are now investigating this as a possible crime. As of last night, they did have one person in custody. They're also talking to neighbors to find out what exactly happened. For now, APD is not releasing any information about how the person may have died.
Happening today, the teen accused in a deadly DWI crash in Sandoval County is expected to appear in court for an arraignment. Police say in February, 18-year-old Luke Griffin was 3 times the legal limit when he rear-ended another car on I-25 near San Felipe Pueblo. Karina Vaden, who was in the other car, died. Her 2 friends suffered serious injuries. Griffin is facing several charges now, including homicide by vehicle.
On to developing news now. The manhunt for the man accused of posting a murder on Facebook is extending to other states today. This is part of the video 37-year-old Steve Stevens posted to Facebook. Cleveland officials say Stevens got out of his car, walked up to a 74-year-old man, asked him to say the name of a woman believed to be his ex-girlfriend, then shot him.
Happening tonight, city councilors are set to discuss approving an expansion for the Better Way program, which aims to reduce panhandling in Albuquerque. The mayor is requesting to increase the program's budget from $181,000 to $261,000 for the next fiscal year. If approved, that would add a second van to the program.
Also tonight, councilors are expected to decide whether motorcyclists still qualify for free parking at meters around the city. A bill scheduled for a vote would charge them to park in full-size spots to free up spaces for cars. However, the bill would also create 3 smaller spots on metered streets, which would be free for motorcycles, scooters, and mopeds.
On to new details. The suspect in a recent police standoff in the Wells Park area is waking up behind bars. According to a criminal complaint, police say 21-year-old Brendan Northern broke into downtown Liquors near 4th and Haynes and tried to steal nearly $400. Police and SWAT were called out, spent hours trying to get him to come out of the building. APD says the suspect tried to hide behind insulation in the rafters, but canines found him.
On to other news. The Espanola School Board has agreed to enter negotiations to buy out the remaining contract of embattled Espanola Public Schools Superintendent Eric Martinez. On Monday, board members voted to oust Martinez less than a year after hiring him on a 2-year contract. Last month, he was placed on paid administrative leave. In addition to former President Park Geun-hye, the chairman of the big South Korean business is now also facing charges. Shin Dong-bin was indicted on a charge of offering a bribe of $6 billion to Park and her confidant in exchange for a lucrative government license to open up a new duty-free shop. Last month, Park was arrested on allegations that she colluded with her friend to extort from businesses and commit other wrongdoing. Hundreds of thousands of people will line the streets for the 121st annual Boston Marathon this morning. More than 30,000 runners are competing this year. Boston's mayor says security will be tight. This year, they're also using drones to help them keep an eye on the 26.2-mile race. It's been 4 years since the 2013 bombings. United Airlines making plans to change its policy after one of its passengers was dragged off a plane. The company says it will now require staff and crew to check in at least 60 minutes before a flight. The passenger was taken off the flight because United said it needed the seat for a crew member. It is illegal to bump a ticket-holding customer off a flight, but typically not one that they've already boarded.
This morning, a Nebraska man is making his way across the country in hopes of breaking a world record. This world record attempt has brought him to New Mexico. In just hours, National Park traveler Micah Meyer will be stopping at the Petroglyph National Monument. Meyer has been driving around the country in hopes of visiting all 417 National Park Service sites. So far, he has been to 144. Meyer says he started this journey in honor of his father, who recently passed away. Kristen?
Yeah, everybody should be out visiting those national parks. We have no problems weather-wise here in the metro. When it comes to today's threat index, 0. We've got sunshine, winds less than 15, temperatures in the low 80s. We actually look to be warmer tomorrow, but the threat index stays low through Wednesday. Crystal?
On to new news this morning. A Santa Fe cab company will no longer be in service after 30 years as the city's only taxi service. Capital City Cabs President Matthew Knoll says the company has struggled to recover from the 2008 recession. About 50 employees of the company will now be looking for new jobs. This comes a month after Albuquerque Cab Company shut down after 40 years of service, laying off 70 employees.
Millions of people have just over 24 hours to get their taxes done. Send them into the IRS. The tax deadline is tomorrow. The IRS says it's already processed more than 100 million individual returns and issued $229 billion in tax refunds. The agency says nearly 40 million people have yet to file.
Okay, don't get used to the current gas prices. AAA says expect a rise in prices at the gas pump throughout the next few months. How much could we be seeing? Well, their projections are that the price of the pump could rise about 30 cents per gallon by the end of the summer.
If the classic Nintendo video game console's on your wish list right now, you better act fast. Nintendo is officially discontinuing the NES system. Its last shipment will roll out this month. The company wouldn't give a reason why. Nintendo sold the classic console late last year for $60, complete with the retro controller. It was so popular that stores could barely keep it in stock. Kirsten?
Time now for a check on your Monday morning commute. A lot of us going back to work or school this morning. Not a whole lot going on out there just yet. A little sluggish when it comes to Paseo eastbound from Jefferson to Tramway. I-40 eastbound right before you hit the Big I. Also looking a little bit slow this morning. We'll keep you updated if it changes.
President Trump and the First Lady are preparing to host thousands of kids at the White House today for the annual Easter egg roll. This year is a downsized version from previous years as the White House has been slow to fill staff jobs. Volunteers worked fast over the weekend to prepare for the 21,000 children and adults expected to attend today. The 139-year-old event kicks off this morning.
That looks like so much fun, doesn't it? A group of teen boys in San Jose are now record holders this morning after this huge accomplishment. Take a look at your TV screens. They set up more than 25,000 dominoes, which included 6 tables of chain reactions. It took 3 days to set all of this up without a hitch. The previous state record of 15,000 dominoes was set up by the very same team in January. So maybe next year it'll be bumped up to 35.
Great job.
That's pretty
How
awesome.
cool is that?
Time now for the 5 facts.
We'll start at number 5. Local swimmers, coaches, and parents will likely be watching City Council closely tonight. Councilors are set to vote on whether to rename the Sandia High School pool after beloved longtime Metro coach Betsy Patterson. Patterson coached the Sandia High School swim team and local club team for a combined 24 years before she died after a battle with breast cancer in 2014.
Number 4 now. By June, you could see an app developed by Taos Teen on iPhones and Androids. Justice Daniel, his mom, and a group of his classmates from Taos STEAM Academy submitted their prototype of the See Something, Say Something app to the Verizon Innovative Learning App Challenge. They won Best in the Nation. The app's still a prototype at this time, but it has a built-in feature that connects teens to a crisis hotline. Justice says he was inspired after his friend took his own life.
At number 3, warm temperatures here in Albuquerque as we climb back to the low 80s. Statewide, we'll be looking at 70s, 80s, and 90s. Lots of sunshine with only a few spot thunderstorms possible over northeast and east central New Mexico.
Number 2, this morning, the mother of a New Mexico teen boy is calling for justice as video of his arrest goes viral. The Dimming mom says her son was just trying to pay a fine. The video of the incident shows the teen was paying with all coins and had dumped out the change onto the counter when the clerk, for some reason, got upset and called police. The mom says her son didn't have a chance to pull his hands out of his pocket before officers started shouting, and soon after was taken to the ground by 3 officers. The video appears to show the teen try to kick an officer. The department says officers asked the teen to remove his hands from his pocket, but he didn't.
On to number 1 now. Right now, President Trump's national security advisor says the U.S. is working with its allies and China to respond to the threat from North Korea. Tensions flared between the two countries over the weekend after the North launched what the U.S. believes was a medium-range ballistic missile from its submarine base. It failed, exploding just after it left the ground. Still, the VP sent out a stern warning to the North, declaring the, quote, era of strategic patience is over.